Hey guys, welcome to Sounds from the Shed. It's the podcast where we feature independent artists and movers and shakers out in the music business. And of course, I'm your buddy Lloyd, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. And today we've got a good friend in, a local South Georgia fella like myself, Mr. Devin Burris, coming in here hanging out. How are you, my friend?
Doing good, man. Doing real
Dude,
good.
you're looking like $1 million today. Look at
I
you.
appreciate it.
I got my
appreciate
daggone golf shirt on, work shirt, and you up here coming in here looking like, man, I'm ready to take the stage right now. So
I gotta represent. Yeah.
well, you're doing it well. I'm loving what you're doing on TikTok, and I'm a huge fan. Love your tracks, because your first release was what, 2017?
Don't say that out loud. Yeah, it was a long time ago, man.
Been a minute.
It was 2016 or 2017, I think.
Yeah. So tell me about what you got going on right now. Did I understand this correctly? You're dropping a song, was it 2 a month?
Every 2 weeks, yeah.
Every 2 weeks you're doing one? Are you
it's a little ambitious, but yeah.
And you're so cool and calm and collected about it when you say it. That's what I love about
it's inside my brain is like, because I've got 100 different things that go with it. You know, it's not just the song, it's the stuff that comes with the song. You got to do the artwork, the videos, all the content, and you sign up to be this content creator that is like, I didn't realize I needed to be a content creator. I just like making music. But that's where we're at.
So how long have you been at it? When did you first get started?
So, I mean, originally, back in my 20s, I'm 34 now. So back when I was like 20, 21, I got into music. I grew up singing, playing in church, doing all that stuff. But I decided I was going to start pursuing it as a career, and started writing with some friends, and got picked up by a label early on. And, then things kind of progressed. I didn't really know what I was doing necessarily. So I got shelved and went through that. Once my contract ended, I decided to take time off. I've got 3 kids, and just kind of be present, be with them, raise them.
Yeah. And
the way things kind of played out, man, it's been last August, I believe, sometime in there. Door opened, and a good friend of both of ours, Gary D, hit me up asking me about coming and cutting vocals for a demo track. And so I went over there, and it was just like, I don't even know if I still got the chops, let alone if I want to pursue this anymore. And it just kind of, one thing led to another. It felt like the Lord opened the door for me to do this. And I got on Pro Tools and started just learning, and taking kind of what I'd experienced playing live, playing the bar circuit, playing in Nashville and all that, and applying it. And I feel like I've worked out a system of making songs and writing stuff and producing music. So now I'm kind of focused on doing that now. Like, it's
so you've got your workflow down.
Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to have like a full audio, visual production studio. And that's kind of what I do here now. So I'm just starting to offer those services to other people.
So you're keeping everything in-house, which I would think if you're dropping 2 songs a month, you're going to have to figure this out to where, okay, I'm going to have to take a lot of this on myself and do this myself, unless you're just a family that's very well off or whatnot, or you're very well off, and because it does get expensive. I tell people all the time, it's not cheap to go out and perform. And it's certainly not cheap to go out and put out music and to be an artist nowadays.
And you're not going to make a whole lot from doing it either. It's just one of those things you have to love, and you have to have a passion for it, honestly. If you really want to, you have a wealth of knowledge available. I didn't even know how to use Pro Tools before a year ago. And got on YouTube University, man.
YouTube certified, baby.
Yeah.
Now, some of the folks that tune in, they're interested in and what goes on. And that's why I like giving them kind of the behind the scenes or look behind the curtain of how it works. When
Right.
he's referring to Pro Tools, this is what we call a DAW, a DAW. It's basically a recording software, and there's several different ones that's out there. Pro Tools is pretty much so that's what everybody's using in Nashville. And was that what you felt most comfortable with? Is that why you went with Pro Tools?
Well, honestly, I didn't really know kind of where to go, and I just thought that, that's, to me, in my brain at the time, it's like that's the industry standard. So
Industry standard, yeah.
with it being an industry standard, there's going to be a lot of tutorials, a lot of information out there on it. So might as well get the one that most people are talking about, because if I don't know what I'm doing, it's fine. I just wash my hands of it and say, that didn't work, but it turned out to be easier than I expected. And, I just kind of soaked up the information and started applying it. And getting back into songwriting, that's probably where my biggest passion is writing the song. So it's like I took the different routes of trying to do full-on productions here, and the time it took to make a song was just too long for me. It's like, look, I have a strategy, and I need it to be quick. So where can I cut the fat? And so some of that's like there's people that are already really great producers as far as the music and stuff goes. I can hire those people out, and then just write my own songs and have them do, send it off to people in Nashville, have them track drums or track guitars, etc. And then I can focus on just mixing the song, mastering the song, and I do all the vocal production and stuff here.
Yeah. All right. So let's kind of rewind just a little bit, because you've been down that road to where you've been with a label and now you're an independent. And I want people to learn from this, because I guess it's all different now anyway, because a lot of the folks you talk to, they're not, the labels really aren't signing anyone now unless they already have an audience built in. Or if you're TikTok famous and lightning strikes and you become viral, right then they may sign you. Then after that is, okay, are you going to be able to maintain that audience, even though you had a viral moment on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube or anything? And that's been one of the $1 million questions. So now that you've been down the road, I guess what I'm asking you is, now that you've been down that road of being signed and now you're independent, if you had your choice now, would you rather be an independent and maintain the full control, or would you still like to have the help of a label?
Independent all day, every day. Number one, like what you just said, having the control of where you're going. It's like you're in a boat and you don't have your hand on, the rudder, and you're saying, I want to go in that direction, but everybody around you thinks it's best to go in this direction. Artistically, that really limits you, and then you become more of a people manipulator than a music manipulator. You're not just taking music and trying to fit it to this form that you feel artistically fits what you have in your head. You're trying to get people to see your vision, and that's hard enough with an audience, let alone with a team that's managing you. It's like, my hat's off to people who do it and who take that route. But personally, I feel like it's a lot more irons in the fire to do it independently, but there's a lot more reward that comes with it too, because you get to keep a bigger percentage on the back end, and that's beneficial down the line. So
well, it's super cool when you're independent and you can do like what you did and say, I'm going to learn this software, I'm going to learn about this camera, I'm going to learn about this app, so I can do all this myself and I can learn. And that's actually going to make me a more competent artist, I guess, if you will, because you've got more hands-on in creation. Your signature is on everything, down from the photos you take to the artwork you make. It's all a part of you, which to me makes it even more special than saying, okay, I'm an artist with this big label and I had all this team put this together and I just basically came in and sang on the track. All right. So talking about your projects you've got going on, where you're dropping 2 songs a month, I'd really would like to know what has been your biggest inspiration and what is probably your favorite one that you've got out so far. Or you got one in the works that you're kind of keeping in the back pocket.
I got a couple. I've got a couple that I feel like are certified. They're pretty good. But you have to be strategic with that. But the stuff that's the closest to home, honestly, I feel like there was a lot of build up before I decided, like, all right, I'm going to start dropping music. And that first song I dropped, Worth Remembering, for me, it reached somewhere in my childhood and somewhere in my artistic brain, you know, and just scratched it. It was like taking, for me personally, nostalgia and putting it into a bottle. And it doesn't have to feel that way for anybody else, but my goal has always been with music to elicit feelings out of other people. Doesn't have to be what it does for me, but if it gives you a feeling and it takes you to a place, then it's done its job. So there's a couple songs that really do that for me. Songs that I write about my wife or songs that I talk about being in love. Like, those always have a special place because they're coming from a really real place.
A real place.
You know, every song has a real emotion that it's tied to, but yeah. So I had a song come out a couple weeks ago called Gone Girl, and story song. You know, it's about leaving a woman. It's like, I'm not in that position right now. I'm happily married. I have 3 beautiful kids, but I understand, you know, where somebody could be in that situation. And so trying to put yourself in their shoes and write from a sense of inspiration that's like, it's not reality. It's more of just taking creative liberty. I feel like all of that has a place within the spectrum of what this art is.
Have you released one yet that you were like, okay, I'm just going to kind of put this one out. It's done, and weren't really excited about it, but all of a sudden it's like, whoa, man, this one here has really gotten some responses. Has that happened to you with one yet?
2 of them so far.
You got 2. You lucky rascal, you. Tell me about them.
all the Outlaw and More Than. Both of those. More Than was like a really good song. I felt like really good about it. It was one of those lovey-dovey songs, you know, I'm writing from a real place. But then I just kind of put it out there. The artwork I made on the fly, everything just felt like I was in a rush to get it out. But then the response from it was crazy. It's actually one of the best performing ones that I've put out, which is nuts to me. And then All the Outlaw, it's like a story song about a cowboy. And that song went through this process where, like, I wrote the song, recorded the whole song, hated it, sat on it for like 2 months, went back, rewrote most of it. I think I kept just a couple little pieces out of this song, and then just slapped together all the content for it, threw it out there, and it's every time I post about it, it's like I get the biggest response. The most people like it on TikTok. Followers come in. It's like it resonates with something, and I haven't figured that out yet.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think it may be what's striking a chord with people? Because I think you and I talked about this before we actually started rolling, and I really want to circle back around to this because I've dealt with this, and other artists that I've talked with have dealt with this. You run into the issue of when you put something on TikTok, if it's too slick, being it's the song or the video, if it's too slick, you just don't get the reaction as you would if it was just a stripped down raw. Have you had that happen to you yet?
I feel like it happens every single time. I don't feel like that personally I've got anything that's just really taken off, you know, like, and I'm hoping that, mind you, this is just me trying to figure it out, just like you're trying to figure it out.
We're all doing
people
it.
Watching.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Is that the strategy of just keep hammering the nail. And if I can put out the same consistent type of product, that if it takes 2 years for something to take off, that it lifts my whole catalog.
Sure.
and that there's not anything in there that I feel like, well, I, compromised on quality for the sake of the audience because I think it'll resonate better. It's like, if I can put 110% into this, make it look amazing, make it sound amazing, make it feel emotionally amazing, it just cheapens it for me not to do that. And so that's kind of where I just have ignored, like, I don't care if it looks too slick. I'm just going to.
Well, your stuff looks great. I love your content.
I appreciate it.
First time I saw it, man, this looks really good and this sounds really good. But I follow so many guys that are out there that are these gurus, I guess you could say, or whatnot. And a lot of them give a really good advice. But I think they're like the rest of us. They really don't know. There's no magic bullet. Nobody knows. If the record labels knew, trust me, they would be using it as much as they could. And I think, to me, that's what's most exciting about this is, yes, there are some moments to where things go viral and it's almost like winning the lottery, is what I told somebody the other day. I said, you know what? You're having something blow up. My wife posted something on TikTok a few weeks back that was just something silly. She and I were just in a bar. I'm in the background dancing, and it was about her saying, okay, when I go out on the town, I don't bring my wallet. I don't bring my purse or anything. I just have my ID, and I just depend on my husband to bring me home. And this girl gets over 2 million views on this thing.
Wow.
And
that's crazy.
She's only got 1,500 followers on her TikTok, but like 60,000 comments, over 2 million views. And it was just something short and silly. But
sometimes you just make the algorithm happy. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
It's the old algorithm, guys. But, did she get any benefit out of it? No. Did she get up any followers? No. And that's one of the things I think that really helps my feelings, because when I first got on TikTok back right at 2020, and over the first few years, man, you'd post something and you would get thousands and thousands of views. And I picked up most of my followers because it was early on. It was COVID. A lot of people were home. Now, heck, dude, when I post something, if you're not pushing it or boosting it, which I don't do that because I want to know what's really being seen out there. I don't want artificial boost. And heck, man, I'm 3, 4, maybe 500 views, if that. And I've given up on reactions. People aren't going to do that. So now I'm just taking it as the views. Is that something that you've kind of done yourself, or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So I've tested the market, like what you're saying as well. I had a video, I promoted it. You throw $20 behind it, kind of see what it's going to do. And the thought is, like, I think from a business perspective more so than like the artistic. So when I'm creating something, I'm thinking artistically. But, from the other side, it's like you got to be a business minded person. So it's like, okay, well, if I can invest this amount of money into it and then it yields a certain return, is it worth that? And honestly, you watch your analytics go in the tank as soon as you promote something. So it was like a one and done for me. Like, nope, I'm not putting money behind anything else, because when you do that, your analytics drop and then the algorithm starts showing you to random people in India, because
that's the next thing I was going to say. Even if you start boosting or buying ads on TikTok, you hit the nail on the head. It's not, I don't honestly believe they're really targeting true fans that are really going to support you in your journey. There.
And I did it on YouTube with one video, and YouTube has a promote button. And you're thinking, oh, this is sponsored by YouTube. This is going to be legitimate. You get to look and select your demographics and area and everything. And you would see the views roll in. You get 3,000 views roll in the middle of the night, and you can look at the location, and it's like, this is somewhere overseas, and these are botted views. You can tell.
Yeah.
It just, after that, it was like, no, I'm done. I'm done trying that. That was a terrible.
And you would expect
experience.
that from these promotion companies. You see that guarantee you so many streams, blah blah blah, and all that. But like you said, if you're dealing with YouTube directly and Google Ads is legitimate.
Yeah.
And to see that on the back end there, it's like, who do you trust? What do you really do? But so
I think then it comes to just making a good song, making a good piece of content. And realistically, if you're getting organic views off that, if 1,200 people look at that, I mean, if you were staring at 1,200 people, that's a lot of eyeballs versus, you look at a number on your phone, it doesn't feel like it's a lot, but in reality, that's a lot of actual people that are looking at your content.
I'd love to play in front of 1,200 people in one night at a gig. So yeah, I mean, that's the attitude I've had to take about it. And I'm glad you brought it up and said that, because Gary D and I had a discussion at the beginning of the year when I told him I wanted to release a song a month for the 12 and 25 project. And I told him, I said, look, I've given up on any type of national. That's not even going to be in the realm of what I'm thinking now. I just want to be a successful regional artist. And we're there. I mean, we're out playing. We make a little bit of money. Naturally, I take all my money I make, play on music and reinvest it. But you talk to some of these folks like up in Nashville. I mean, those guys up there, they're trying to make it happen, and it's hard to make any money in Nashville. How long were you up there when you were with your label deal? Were you up there, or were you still down south?
I never lived up in Nashville. I still live down here. I actually lived in Lake Park at the time, and I just travel up there, do recording sessions, stay in a hotel, etc., come back. I don't know that I would want to live up there. I mean, yeah, the competition is thick and you can network and there's all of that, but there's something about just living out in the middle of nowhere in South Georgia that I don't know that I would trade.
I've said this for years. I'll go where the competition isn't.
Yeah, that's right.
I just love South Georgia. So,
well, I feel like that personally, and maybe this applies to a lot of musicians, is what's the main goal here? The goal is to make a living making music.
Yeah, and it's a journey. Enjoy the ride.
You enjoy what you're doing, and that's the most you could ever ask for. And I feel very blessed to be able to do this and do it for a living. I have a business, that I run, but it doesn't take up a ton of my time. So most of my time I've invested into this, trying to get this going as a business, and then teaching, educating the people around me, and helping them try to get to the place where they're doing the same thing, because that's more than millions of streams, more than millions of followers. That's the most rewarding thing to me.
Oh man, I'm loving what I'm hearing from you. So are you playing live at all?
No. So I did the bar circuit back in my 20s. I played all over. I played little restaurants, little gigs. I sang for nobody but the birds. And I sang for hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And
do you miss it? Do you want to do it any at all, or do you just like the creation side?
It's a mixed emotion for me. So there is an adrenaline rush that comes with playing in front of people. I do believe that it's like a necessary evil in the sense that if you don't know how to get on that stage and you don't know how to perform, you're not going to know how to perform when the camera's on or when the mic turns on. And there's an experience that I wouldn't trade for the world, but I do feel like it's two different routes. And I see a lot of younger musicians or guys trying to get into this game that they think, like I did, that that's the only route to take to become a musician. You play the bar circuit, you make it to Nashville, you get heard by a label executive, and you get picked up by a label, and then you're famous. You're Luke Combs. Nowadays, I kind of took notes from people of different genres, and you don't hear of people in the pop or the hip hop industry like they're not going and playing bars, but they still get found, they still get discovered. I feel like that's the other side of the same coin, the online world, and digitally playing for people. So I just focused on that, and I told my wife, like, I'm not interested in playing in bars, and they'd have to come hunt me down. And
But what about
throw
like
money
private
at me
events? See, that's my favorite. I love private events. My absolute favorite is a Friday or a Saturday night, even if it's just a stripped down acoustic house party, just playing in front of 10,
and
20
I
people.
love those. You know,
Yeah.
I played weddings and birthday parties and different venues and just kind of private little things, get-togethers and stuff. And while I love it and there's decent money in it, I don't know.
It just
right
ain't your
now
thing.
I already feel
You
like
get a different season.
Right. I feel like my time's already stretched super thin. Like I don't know if I could fit it in.
Like I said, you putting out 2 songs a month, and I keep up with you on TikTok and how much you're creating there. And with you creating a lot of your own, you doing your own music, that's a lot of time. And I can only imagine how mama is like, no, you gonna stay home tonight.
Well, I run a full-time pressure washing business. I make all the music, I write songs, I'm making all the artwork, I'm doing shorts, I'm filming all the lyric videos and the music videos and stuff. And then I just started accepting different clients. So I've got people coming in here and they're wanting to record music. And so I'm doing mixing and mastering for them. And I'm going out and traveling and doing videography work. So with all of that, I can't imagine going and being like, yo, you want to play at this little restaurant or come play at my wedding? And I'm sorry, I still got to be a daddy.
You got to be daddy. That's right. Got to be daddy and got to be husband. So I guess you kind of pretty much already told me, but I wanted to ask you, what does success in music look like to you personally? Because I ask all my performers this. Is it chart hits, connection, impact, or something else? What is success for you or mean to you?
I feel like it probably 2 different things. So personally, making a living, making music. Because that affords you time, and time is the most valuable thing. You know, I have time with my family. That's number 1 on my list. You know, it's God, family, and then business, whatever that business looks like. And number 2 would probably be the fact that I'm creating something that's reaching somebody where they were. You know, if they're having a bad day, and my song made them feel better, or my song made them feel seen or heard, and that emotional connection that you get with your audience, those 2 things, that's success to me. And so if I have any moments where, you know, somebody reaches out and is like, I love this song, I feel like I've made it. So
it sounds like you're already there pretty much.
It feels that way. You know, when people reach out and they're just like, I really love this song, I've got it on repeat, you know, that's it, man. What else am I looking for? You know, at that point, it's like wash, rinse, repeat, just do it again and again and again, because
keep on chopping.
Gives me it gives me fulfillment. And if it's rewarding to them, that's awesome. I can't ask for anything else.
So what advice would you give any young songwriters right now, or artists, if they're trying to find their own voice, or if they're just trying to get motivated into this, what do we call it, this rat race we have? It's not really a rat race. I'm gonna rephrase that. If they what piece of advice would you give a young gun if they're wanting to get in here?
If you have a drive for it, don't give up on it. If you have a passion for it, don't give up on it. And when it comes to creativity like songwriting or making music, typically your first instinct is the right one. There's been countless times I've started writing a song and a melody jumped in my head, and I go, and I chase this rabbit down a hole, and it brings you right back to where you were in the first place. Because it's like, you hear enough music, you know what good music sounds like. You hear enough songs, your brain and your heart know already what direction you should take. So just trusting in that. And as long as you got your focus right, your eyes on the Lord, I mean, your steps are ordered. And so you just can trust kind of where those instincts lead you.
Love it so much. All right, Devin, Tell them all how to find you. I know I got you on TikTok, but what's your preferred platform that you like or social media platform?
Right now it's Facebook and YouTube, and everywhere. I think I'm at Devin Burris Music, pretty much everywhere.
Man, I appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me for a little bit.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, it's a good time. Devin Burris, ladies and gentlemen.